The day Zane and I fought most violently. He slapped me for his beloved girl. I retaliated by breaking 3 of his ribs. He screamed for divorce, but I refused. I thought we'd torment each other till death. Yet reality struck swiftly. 3 months later, I fell passionately for an innocent younger man. He demanded commitment from me. So I retrieved that familiar number from my blocked list. When redialed, a playful feminine voice answered. Sophie, too late now. Even if you beg like a dog, Zayn won't glance your way. Facing the taunt, I stated calmly, tell Zane I want a divorce. The phone rustled as if snatched. Then came Zane's voice, trembling yet controlled. He said, Sophie, you wouldn't dare.
Welcome to listen to my full sweet love series novel. I'm the blogger and I'm Twilight's novel. Now let's start the main story.
The year I hated Zane most. I struck his precious girl. He slapped me back, demanding divorce. Throughout our marriage, his constant refrain was for me to behave, to mimic Luna's gentle submissiveness. This was his first divorce ultimatum. I refused, pinning him down to break his ribs. Before he could speak again, I choked him unconscious. As his eyes rolled back, I hissed my final words. Divorce? Never. You chose to drive me mad. Now endure the consequences. Luna remains the mistress forever. Both of you will live beneath my shadow. I'd crafted meticulous plans to mutually torment them till death. Vengeance defined me. Once I bit, I never released my prey. 3 years of marriage transformed me from a hopeful bride to a raving lunatic. That wretched pair broke me. I vowed to haunt them, even if it consumed my lifetime. I'd even secured property for this protracted war. But fate seldom reveals its design. I believed I'd loathe Zayn eternally. Yet merely 3 days later, I found Leo starved and unconscious at my doorstep. News reached me. Zayn awoke in the hospital, ranting to visitors about my insanity. I applied bold makeup, donned crimson silk, ready to provoke him. But stepping outside, I tripped over a large prone figure. Turning him over, I saw youthful features. Leo's belongings were stolen. Cheated of 3 days' warehouse wages, he'd collapsed from hunger. His fingers clutched my skirt hem. Lips moving soundlessly, I leaned closer. Then heard his ghostly whisper. Mom! After stunned silence I muttered. Mom? No answer. He'd fainted completely. Later I learned. Leo's mom was a starvation-induced hallucination. Abandoned in a park as a child, his last memory was his mother's red dress. Collapsing at my door, he mistook my crouching silhouette for salvation. When he confessed this, I laughed, until realizing its cruelty. Leo knelt before me, damp round eyes reflecting concern. He stood nearly 6'3", imposing yet harmless. When I stared, he nervously rested his head on the sofa arm, gazing like a pleading puppy. His transparency shamed my earlier malice. But pride prevented apology. 3 toxic years taught me to mask fragility with aggression. I'd forgotten, before Zayn, I was Harbor City's proudest heiress. That poised, self-assured woman lay buried deep. Now, bitterness consumed me. I expected perpetual hatred. But Leo's hand pawed mine like a pup's. Into my palm, he pressed his lifelong pendant, a birth gift from parents who'd later abandoned him. His sole beautiful memory. Yet now he surrendered it to me. He said, this was my most precious possession. Now you are. Keep it. May it bring you joy. He curled my fingers around it, kissing my clenched fist. This marked Leo's 3rd month living with me. I'd watched him with cynical amusement, awaiting his demands. He demanded nothing. Simply tied an apron, cooking new recipes in my kitchen. The spatula I'd bought to smash Zayn's skull looked comically small in Leo's large hands. Yet he wielded it deftly, smiling as sunlight lit his amber eyes. I approached, asking why he seemed so content. Because I cook for you, he answered. Simple reason. Infinite interpretations. I chose not to analyze those transparent eyes. Under my protection, Leo secured stable work. No one bullied this parentless, earnestly kind boy anymore. 19 years old, he'd forfeited college admission for lack of tuition. Seeking city opportunities, he'd been swindled upon arrival. Rough start, but now, reissued documents, clothes I bought, he left each morning energized. Returning with groceries, he'd frown at my slender wrists. Too thin, he'd murmur, sculpted features tensing with worry. Objectively, my frame wasn't delicate. I'd even taken boxing lessons to pummel Zane and Luna. But Leo's stature dwarfed mine. Past manual labor built his muscular bulk and appetite. Now nourished, his smiles radiated quiet joy. Yet beneath his height lay social anxiety and sensitivity. Blush crept up his neck during prolonged eye contact. Co-workers noted his silent diligence. He completed all tasks, his or others, without complaint. Leo embodied kindness, sincerity, inner light. The antithesis of me. My darkness fixated on torturing my cheating husband and his mistress. Saving Leo made me miss taunting Zane at the hospital. But I hadn't surrendered vengeance. Not against my 27-year. The boy who'd vowed lifelong devotion during my London studies, waited 3 years, supported my inheritance battles, then married and discarded me for a younger look-alike. Our last encounter. Zane's office. I'd come to discuss divorce. 3 years married. Passion lasted 1. 2 spent self-doubting and unraveling. Finally ready to acknowledge marital failure, I sought closure. Instead, I found Luna hidden beneath his desk. They exchanged intimate glances, making me their performance prop. Luna smirked, thinking herself undetected against Zane's thigh. When Zane groaned, head thrown back in pleasure, I lunged, yanking her hair, dragging her out. Her shriek silenced as my slap reddened her cheek. Zane's voice cut through. Sophie. I turned, only to stagger from his strike. Eyes blazing, he sneered. Finally jealous? But this desperation only degrades you. Cruelty rained down. My world fractured. I recalled his first confession. Your pride makes you my princess. I'll always protect you. Later became. Luna knows submission. She pleases me. Prove you love me more. Earn it. He'd paraded Luna at Gallas, hiding her behind him. Guests whispered as I stood apart, spine straight under crystal chandeliers, a solitary crown. When I removed my wedding ring to leave, he chased me. In shadowed corners, he'd embrace me from behind. Really angry? Good means you care. His kisses trailed my neck. I just wanted your jealousy. She can't compare. You're my carefully tended rose. Nuzzling me, he chuckled. Your stubborn pride is adorable. I'd thought him insane then. Trapped by intertwined family assets, I tolerated it, until contempt overreached. Regaining clarity, I'd pinned Zane down, smashing a crystal ashtray into him, screaming. Who gave you permission? Flaunting your affair. Then hitting me? Blood streaked his terrifying face. Luna cowered silently in a corner. Sophie, behave or divorce, he choked, still threatening. Always provoking, then savoring my collapse. Watching pain twist his face, I laughed. Liberated. You know, intentional harm carries heavy sentences, I hissed. But domestic violence? Just a warning. While we're married, I'll torment you forever. Baring teeth, I snarled. Dream of divorce. My madness reflected in his terrified eyes. Hands squeezing his throat, I contemplated mutual destruction. But undeserved mercy? No. Hatred alone sustained me. My life now, warped, unrecognizable, insane, notorious, shackled to disdain. My hands trembled. Then warmth covered them. Leo knelt before me, gently prying self-inflicted nail marks from my palms. Water didn't calm me. Pressing his cheek to my skin did. Round puppy eyes held mine. I studied his face, youthful yet angular, almost Eurasian. Leo was beautiful, but his gaze's purity stifled desire. Blushing yet earnest, he inhaled deeply. Stop hurting yourself, he pleaded. His second such plea. You can use me, he whispered. Anything for your happiness. He lifted my other hand, placing it solemnly upon his head. When Leo first arrived, his bristly hair amused me. I joked he'd stay only if I could pet him any time. Now, witnessing his clumsy sincerity, his luminous clarity, I finally asked. Leo, what do you want after all this waiting? Once I believed in soul-deep bonds. Like Zane and me. At 5, he'd slid a grass ring onto my finger, declaring me his lifelong princess. His overt devotion elevated me. Throughout school, no rivals approached me. Zayn reciprocated this loyalty. Girls flocked to him. He'd smirk, pointing at me. With Sophie here? You. Later, pursuing dreams, I studied abroad. Zayn waited 3 years. He visited me in London whenever possible. First snowfall, he embraced me, whispering homesick yearnings. Returning, I battled half-siblings for inheritance. He supported me fiercely. Securing my first company, he cheered, "I'm dating a CEO now. Can't be called a freeloader." Proposal night, he lit the city with fireworks. Sparkling light bathed us as he kissed my hand, vowing eternal devotion. His eyes never feigned sincerity. But I'd missed hints, like when he'd muse mid-cuddle, about other wives transforming post-marriage. "Could I get that?" he'd ask, hopeful. I'd tapped his forehead. "Greedy, aren't we?" He'd sigh dramatically. "Married a powerhouse. Guess we'll conquer worlds together." Soon after, Luna happened. Every courtship gesture he'd given me, he lavished on her, doubled. As if punishing me. "Such obedience deserves rewards," he'd justify. "To me," he sighed, "Sophie, I vowed eternal protection. But fairy tales end at weddings. You're my wife now. Prioritize our marriage, not your company." Standing frozen, I watched blood drain from my face. He savored my expression, eyes gluttonous. "Had I known present you, I'd still choose past you," he mused cruelly. "But current you? Nothing left to attract me." Once he'd lifted me skyward. Now he discarded me to mud. Henceforth, I trusted no hearts. Nor did I believe Leo stayed willingly, without motive. I awaited his request. Resources, wealth, something. Once revealed, I'd control this dynamic. Keep him as ornament or discard him. He owed me transparency. But Leo met my gaze, amber eyes blazing with candor. "I've found an apartment," he said softly. "Salary tomorrow. I'll move out." Planned departure? I laughed coldly. My expression must have darkened. He spoke hesitantly, avoiding my eyes. "Afterward. May I still cook for you?" "Leo," I stated flatly. "Do you want me?" He flinched. Crimson flooded his face. As he stayed silent, I smirked. "In the shower, I heard you call my name." "Sorry." Tears welled in his eyes. "You sheltered me. Yet I defiled it with dirty thoughts." I'd investigated Leo thoroughly upon his arrival. Knew he remained untouched. Suddenly, teasing felt hollow. I lifted his chin. "Hold me." His sturdy arms encircled me. Dizziness washed over. I expected memories. Zayn parading Luna, vengeful satisfaction. Instead, Leo's adoring gaze consumed me. His eyes crinkled, lashes fluttered, muscles tensed when squeezed. Breath hitched with soft, puppy-like whimpers. Admittedly, this was my calmest moment in 3 years. Whatever Leo sought, he diverted my poison. Young, healthy, skilled, I lost nothing. I bit my lip. Leo's thumb freed it, urgency and worry in his touch. Then Zayn called. Months ignoring him, yet he clung like lint. "Sophie, need that $3 million necklace immediately. Luna's gown tonight requires it. Payment deposited." I promised her. Hearing silence, he chuckled. "Upset? Don't blame me. You've outgrown such jewels. They enhance her. On you? Wasted. You attract no one now." A moan escaped me. Zayn froze, then exploded. "Sophie, where are you?" "Doing what?" "None of your business," I rasped. "Annoying. I'll divorce." "Stop calling during pleasure." Zayn kept shouting, but Leo buried his face in my neck. "Sister, ignore him. He's bad." Calloused fingers slid up my arm, hanging up. Phone off for 3 days. Reopening it, I lay against Leo's chest. His large hands massaged my calves. Teasing him made him blush, avoiding my eyes. I considered more mischief, then recalled his bedroom intensity, and reconsidered. Most notifications were from Zayn. He'd bombarded calls and texts during my silence. Initial rage. "Sophie, explain. You dare cheat." Morphed into, "Stop pretending." You need me. Playing mad to cling? Don't force unnatural acts. What unnatural? I smirked, palming Leo's abs. Very natural. Zane's final text. Accept reality. You're no untouchable goddess. Only I tolerate you. Want my love? Submit. Beg properly. Before, such words ignited vengeance. Now, dull thuds. Heart detached, his provocation seemed childish. Especially after 19-year-old vitality. Fighting over Zayn, useless post-25, nearly cost my sanity. Experience teaches. I should have awakened earlier. Weary fingers dialed Zayn. Rings dragged. Power play. Patience thinning. Luna's saccharine voice answered. Sophie? Zayn's showering. Can't talk. Her tone dripped triumph. Besides, apologies are futile now. He despises your antics. Tell Zane I accept divorce, I interrupted. What? Shock laced her gasp. Delighted shock. Fabric rustled. Zane snatched the phone. Sophie, he growled. I told you how to win me back. Don't make me repeat lessons. No negotiations, I cut in. Compensation settled? Luna gets promoted in a month. Impossible. Zane snapped. No time for nonsense. Hurry. My boy needs commitment. No leisure for chatter. Silence. Then call notifications flooded. I yanked the SIM card, instructing my assistant via secondary phone, draft divorce papers. Alone in my sunlit living room, cold seeped into bones. Wrapped in a blanket, shivering persisted. Tears I hadn't shed now fell internally. Regaining dignity should have felt victorious. Instead, emptiness spread. Suddenly, I felt aged, hair lustrous, skin flawless, yet vitality draining. Blood ceased flowing to my heart. Staring at the ceiling, I reviewed my life. 3 years drowning in sewage for a rotten man. 3 years prior? Different. Father philandering, mother weeping, half-siblings circling like vultures. Grandmother raised me till 10. After her death, I returned home. To father's parade of mistresses. To mother's tearful victimhood. Even our daughter condemns you, she'd wail, feigning innocence. Father cherished neither criticism nor shared authority. His lovers entered alongside countless half-siblings. Mother wept harder. Still clutching me, yet fleeing to tattle if I showed annoyance. She judges you. Change. Always absolving herself. I cherish us. Can't we be a family? Father refused domesticity. Mistresses bolstered his ego. My mask solidified. Flawless. Unreadable. Despite unfavored daughter status, I'd built Harbor City's finest reputation. Outmaneuvering father and scheming siblings, I'd wrested 3 companies from his grip, flourishing them. Pre-marriage, I was society's praised perfect heiress. That marriage made me a punchline. Formerly, I'd have severed ties swiftly. Why the entanglement? Memory surfaced, age 10, facing a strange house and hostile adults. Zane appeared. Princess, I've awaited you, he declared, eyes blazing. Mom says your family's toxic. They'll harm you. Fear not. I'll protect you. Too young, I'd mistaken light promises for lifelines. That surrendered vulnerability later stabbed deepest. Closing my eyes, one tear escaped. Truth. I'd always been my sole protector. Yet I'd nurtured myself poorly. Unworthy. Truly unworthy. Warmth brushed my eyelids. Opening them, I met clear eyes. Leo stood before me, worried. A meal tray balanced in his hands. Cooked earlier, he murmured. Sorry for leaving you alone. He set the food down gently, sitting beside me. May I hug you? I nodded. His sturdy arms encircled me, cautiously, muscles taut, as if cradling glass. A pillow, not a cage. Head against his firm chest, I heard steady heartbeats. Fingertips warmed. He held my wrist to his heart. Stop hurting yourself, he repeated. His third plea. Use me, he whispered. Anything for your joy. Studying his earnest face, those clear eyes blazing with heat. Love. World's flimsiest anchor. But temporary balm? Perhaps. Leo might be good medicine. The screaming voices for vengeance softened to reason. 3 years of thorns meant mutual destruction. Now, I sought self-restoration. Because someone wished it for me. Leaning against Leo, drifting, I entered a white void. Just me watching myself in rain. Don't fail yourself again. I extended my hand, sealing the pact. Divorce signing day. Zayn never arrived. My assistant tracked him to his usual bar. Slumped in a VIP booth. Luna in his lap. Half drunk, he ignored my entrance, kissing Luna pointedly. Superior to her, he mumbled. Stone-hearted. I marched over, slapped him, dumped divorce papers onto his head. Sophie. Drunkenness vanished. Rage ignited. Sober? Sign, I commanded icily. Never. He stood unsteadily. You know my demand. Submit. One damn concession. Increasingly agitated, he swayed toward argumentation. I slapped him again. Because you groveled voluntarily, I sneered. I refuse fakery. Or forcing others to change. Zayn stared, feigning disappointment. Sophie, he sighed. No wonder your parents disliked you. His specialty, targeting wounds. Now, blunted knives. Raising my hand for strike 3, Luna shielded him. Sister. My fault. Punish me, not Zayn. Behind her, Zayn's smirk died as a large hand steadied me. Leo examined my palm. Hurt? He asked. His eyes pierced the dimness. Zayn darkened. Sophie. Explain. Ignoring him, I pinched Leo's cheek. After this, a drive. Voice husky, he leaned into my touch. To the car, I ordered. Instantly, he lifted me. Zayn resisted divorce. I resumed society events. At elite galas, I paraded Leo. His friends stammered. Sophie, who's this? Recalling their sister-in-law address for Luna, I smiled coolly. Your little brother. By afternoon, Harbor City knew I'd cuckolded Zayn. He stormed in as I demanded, return that chronograph. I'll repay you. Youthful design. You're withered scallion now. Zayn's expression twisted. Recognition dawned. A gift commemorating our first anniversary. He softened. Must we become spectacles? Harbor City mocks us. Indifferent, I shrugged. Previously mocked alone. Now shared burden. Zayn protested. Leo appeared wearing a kitten apron. Awkwardly he tugged my sleeve. Ex-husband looks furious. Cook for him. Zayn's face purpled. Luna's absent, my peace offering, Zayn rasped. Dismiss him. Leo gaped, spoon raised indignantly. Bringing no mistress isn't virtuous. Stop bragging. Unlike you, Zayn retorted. Leo stood firm. I love Sophie genuinely. My body pleases her. That's capability. Zayn near combusted. Sophie. Negotiation impossible? I stared coolly. Sign faster if avoiding further humiliation. Zayn's mother broke first. Summoning me, she condemned my disgrace. Formerly her hand-picked ideal daughter-in-law. Now her embarrassment. I smiled. Merely mirroring Zayn's actions. Why acceptable for him? Intolerable for me. She stiffened. They say you've grown depraved. Evidently true. Depraved. I reclined. Zayn possesses wealth. So do I. He's CEO. I'm CEO. He keeps a girl. I keep a boy. Where's the sin? She reached for her teacup. I seized her wrist. Since wedding day, you demanded submission. Why must I kneel? What elevates Zayn? Leaning closer, I hissed. Did you know? I beat him daily. Disrespect me, join him. You. She raised her hand. I blocked it. Sophie. Enough. Zayn emerged from behind a screen. Sign now. Spare your mother. He shielded his weeping mother. Finally, after months, Zayn yielded. But demanded private asset negotiations. Across the negotiation table, I scanned for cameras. He smiled bitterly. So distrustful? No reply. 27 years to wreckage. Nothing remained. Yet he whispered, if I begged, would you return? Never. Never intended this, he pleaded, eyes desperate. Just wanted your attention, your love. Sophie, losing you terrifies me. Losing me? Or my family's empire? Losing you. Firm. Sophie, you were my boyhood dream. Marry, then humiliate? Pathetic, I spat, sliding divorce papers forward. Sign. He swept them onto the floor. Standing, he eyed me obsessively. Know you're radiant again? Always captivated me. Suddenly, he climbed onto the windowsill. Sophie, he declared. My dream since youth. Never releasing you. Fourth floor. Landscaped shrubs below. He'd survive. Hospitalized months. Friends had warned. Zayn planned a pity play to halt divorce. Seeing through it, I sighed. Release this farce. Love your public brilliance yet crave private submission? Contradiction. I'll change. Voice trembled. Keep your fire. Abandon Luna. Return. Anything you wish. Meeting silence, he panicked. You love another? Watch me die. That boy matters more. My phone rang. Leo's daily meal preference call. Don't answer. Zayn begged. Stay. Let's reconcile. Zayn, I quoted him coldly. Once love dies, even death before you means nothing. I typed Leo a reply, pocketed my phone. Turning away, I tossed over my shoulder. Climb down. This theatrics demeans you. Zayn froze. Screaming. You dare stop loving me? Vowed mutual destruction. I paused, eyeing hidden cameras. He laughed harshly. Disabled surveillance. If I fall, your attempted murder. Your reputation? Ours? Obliterated. Lose everything. Trapped with me forever. He released his grip, leaning backward into empty air. I sighed, retrieving my concealed camera from a planter. Fool me twice? Never. Screams erupted below. Zayn lay sprawled, blood pooling from his skull. Bystanders froze. I dialed emergency services calmly. Zayn was paralyzed. Spinal cord shattered. Confined to bed permanently. Delighted, I applied glamorous makeup, visiting his ward. Luna wept beside his bed. Cowering like a frightened mouse at my entrance, she retreated. Ignoring her, I sat beside Zayn, wailing dramatically. Foolish husband. Mistresses invite ruin. See, half dead now. Leo chimed in. Foolish brother. Shattered family. Shattered body. Zayn's eyes bulged, speechless. Zayn's mother charged in. Leave. Take your boy toy. You forfeited visitation. I examined my nails. Nonsense. Mother-in-law. Zane and I adore each other. Now disabled, he needs me, and his company requires management. She paled, collapsing unconscious. Addressing Luna. Zayn won't recover. Transferring him to standard wards soon. Return all gifts first. She resisted. I raised my hand. Instantly. Tearful compliance. Returning to Zayn's bedside, I smoothed his sheets. Producing the unsigned divorce papers, I waved them. Want these? He strained, choking sounds escaping. I tore them apart before him. Understood. Husband. No divorce. You always insisted. Leaning close, I whispered. Live long. Endure at least until outliving your mother. Then inheritance is solely mine. Tears welled in his eyes. I wept too. Tears of gratitude. Heaven's favor blessed me. Shared acquaintances? I'd known Zayn's accident plan. Self-cherishing, he'd cushioned his landing zone with padded grass. My contribution? Swapping cushions for jagged rocks. Rocks naturally littered that lawn. Zayn had cleared them specifically. He craved my disgrace. I desired his paralysis. Merely matching cruelty's currency. Fate smiled. His skull struck precisely where stones lay. Rewarding his consideration, I beamed. Let devoted Luna care for you. Such love ensures no bedsores, right? Zayn's eyes widened. I accepted this as consent. 2 weeks later, I'd consolidated Zayn's assets with ruthless efficiency. Leo came to bid farewell. Certain? I asked. He nodded. Worried constantly before. Now you thrive. My heart rests. 19. Too young for permanent, other man's status. Adventure called. Softening, I directed my secretary to transfer 7 million to his account. My anchor during hatred's tempest. He'd been heaven-sent solace. His sincerity deserved reward. Return if hardship finds you. He smiled, but pride ensured silence. Maintaining marriage now maximized my gains. Leo's future stretched long and bright. I'd shackle neither of us with false commitments. He understood, emerged from shadows. I now pursued brighter things. Departing, he reminded me, remember meals. From my high-rise office, harbor views shimmered. Leo, perhaps this was the fabled white moonlight. Phoning my secretary. Father seeks collaboration? Tell him to purge his bastards first. The once dominating man now bowed before me. This defined the CEO archetype. Wealth. Solitude. A departed white moonlight. Future reunions might sparkle with melodrama. Fortunately, no ulcers plagued me now. I wielded resources like armor, prioritizing self-care. No longer shackled by vengeance or deluded by tenderness, this equilibrium sufficed.